Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Georgetown Eagle Baseball live here on the SHN Sports Network. We're live, Connally High School here in Austin, Texas, a part of the Pflugerville ISD. And we are getting ready for game two of the two-game series between your Georgetown Eagles and the Connally Cougars. On Wednesday night, your Eagles improved to 1-0 in district with a 10-0 win over Connally in 5 innings behind a wonderful pitching performance of Hagen Tate. 5 innings, pitched, 78 pitches thrown, I believe it was. And then he had 11 strikeouts, 1 walk, 2 hit by pitch, gave up 2 hits, no runs in the 5-inning complete game shutout by your senior right-hander, Hagen Tate. We got to talk to him last night, and just a great pitching performance to open up the first home game of district play and his final start in his opening game of district play as a senior. And so what a performance there by Hagen Tate. And tonight they look to follow it up when they'll have number 12, David Fluid, on the mound. The lefty senior will start for Georgetown. Coach Colhane of the Connally Cougars meets at the home plate with Jordan Vieira, the coach of Georgetown, and the manager, Jared Frimmel, with the 2-man umpire crew as they get ready to start things off here for tonight's ball game. The swap of the lineup cards and going through the eccentrics of the field here at Connally, an all-grass surface, dirt infield. 318 down the left field line, 356 left center field, 400 straight away to the big batter's eye view there, 352 to right center, and 320 down the right field line here at Connally High School. All grass infield, very big, very large foul territory. So a lot of things can happen in foul territory for balls that are fouled off. Watch for the catchers and the first and third basemen, as they will have lots of room to roam and take care of balls that have been batted off into foul territory. And so it'll be interesting to watch what is going on with that. So we'll take a quick timeout. We come back, we'll be ready to go to the PA announcer for tonight's starting lineups and to get things underway live here at Connally High School. Stay with us. Georgetown Eagle Baseball continues in a moment on the SHN Sports Network. Come back live here quickly. They went quicker than I expected to the PA announcer.
Second, number 3, Ramon Pulga. Playing first in the 3-hole, number 18, Danielle Dovigini. Number 14, in the 4-hole, Antoine Schultz. Playing first base in the 5-hole, Josue Gomez Hernandez. At third base, batting number 6, number 7, Diego Arispe. Batting 7th, number 15, catching Kenny Ramirez. Batting number 8, number 6, Jaden Barones. In center field, batting number 2, Andrew Aguilera. Your coaches, head coach Corey Colhane and assisting Noe Garcia. And now the lineup for Georgetown Eagles. Batting number 1, number 7, playing shortstop, Kiki. Catching, number 23, batting second, Young. Pitching in the 3-hole, number 12, Fluid. Designated hitter in the 4-hole, Howell, number 8. Batting 5th, playing second base, number 16, Grooms. In left field, number 24, batting 6th, Thomas. Batting 7th, number 21, first baseman, Curtin. In right field, number 4, batting 8th, Richie. Batting 9th, center fielder, number 6, Holly. Managing, Jordan Viera, assisted by Chad Kane, David Duvall, Frank Anzules, and James Key. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
Back here live, Connally High School. We get ready for the top of the first inning as the Georgetown Eagles will be the visitors tonight. In the field to start it off, the Connally Cougars. In left field, Barones. In center field, Camarino Aguilera. In right field, Antoine Scholes. At third base, Reese Base, Andrea Short Pulgar. At second base, Gomez Hernandez at first. Dorvigny Mesa behind the mound, and Kenny Labrada Ramirez on the mound for the Connally Cougars to start it off tonight here at Connally High School. Game 2 of this two-game series between Georgetown and Connally. Georgetown winning 10-0 on Wednesday night over the Connally Cougars. Connally 0-1 in district. The lineup, tough to hear for the first Georgetown Eagles. Batting first, the shortstop, number 7, Jack Kiki. Batting second, the catcher, number 23, Connor Young. Batting third, the pitcher, number 12, David Fluitt. Batting fourth, the DH, number 8, Jaden Howell. Batting fifth, the third baseman, number 16, Hayden Grooms. Batting sixth, the left fielder, number 24, Cooper Thomas. Batting seventh, the first baseman, number 21, Braden Curtin. Batting eighth, the right fielder, number 4, Tate Ritchie. And batting ninth, the center fielder, number 6, Luke Holly. Defensively for the Eagles, Jalem Hunter, number 2, will be at second base for tonight's ball game to start things out. And so Kenny Labrada Ramirez goes through his warm-ups here to start up for the top of the first inning. And he'll face off against Kiki, Young, and Fluitt for Georgetown on Wednesday night. The Eagles put up 4 runs in the bottom of the first. They'd like to do the same here to open it up. Jack Kiki the other night was 0 for 1. He reached on an error and scored in the first inning, was hit by a pitch, scored a run in the second, and then walked and scored a run in the third. So he will lead things off. The Eagles in the road blue uniforms, but they got the white pants with the blue stripe, baby blue shirts with white numerals, and lettering Eagles in script on the front of the baby blue shirts with blue and white outlines. Blue helmets, or hats tonight, blue helmets tonight for the Eagles. The home team, the Connally Cougars, in all white. With Connally in script lettering across the front in green above the green numerals on the back as well of the white jersey tops with the white pants, green socks, a white hat tonight for the Connally Cougars. Jack Kiki will step in. The junior shortstop bats from the right side. He'll step in to lead things off here in the top of the first. Labrada Ramirez will work out of the stretch. Comes set. The first pitch of the ball game. And we're underway here at Connally. Ground ball hit out to the right of the shortstop. Backhanded there. The throw across the diamond, not going to be scooped up. Kiki with an opening infield single, and he'll move up to second on the throw. So it should be a leadoff single there for Jack Kiki, as he would have beat the throw from the shortstop, Sandrea. And then he'll advance on the throw that got past the first baseman, Gomez Hernandez. So for fourth time in a row, Kiki reaches base. And in steps the left-handed hitting catcher, number 23, Connor Young, the sophomore. He'll be behind the plate tonight. Throws right, bats left. Steps in here with no outs and a runner at first base. Labrada Ramirez will get the sign and come set. First pitch to Connor Young. He'll turn to bunt, pulls it back, and takes it high and outside for ball one. A 1-0 the count to Connor Young. Connor 1 for 3, bunted down the first baseline, played by Gomez Hernandez. Tags Connor out on the sack bunt, and he does his job there with one out. Kiki moves up to third base. So a great job there by Connor Young. It's going to be recorded 3 unassisted as Gomez Hernandez picked that one up and tags him out on that sack bunt. And that'll bring up David Fluid. Left-handed hitting, left-handed throwing senior. Where's number 12? Steps in here with one out and a runner at third. First pitch from Labrada Ramirez, fouled off down the third baseline. Aligned into the fencing for a strike. 0-1 the count to David Fluid. Here in the top of the first, Connally High School. Cloudless night as the Southwest Airlines plane flies over. A beautiful night for baseball here in high school, Connally High School. Ground ball fouled down the first baseline by Fluid, and now behind in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. As we battle here against the Connally Cougars. Tomorrow, Georgetown will be on the road. 1 o'clock start against the Marble Falls Mustangs, and Marble Falls will be there live. 12:45 pregame, 1 o'clock first pitch. We'll have it live here on the SHN Sports Network. The 0-2 pitch misses for ball 1. 1-2 the count. Now to David Fluid. On deck, the senior DH, Jaden Howe. As Kiki leads off third, not being held on there by Arizpe. Kenny Labrada Ramirez comes set in the stretch. The 1-2 pitch. That one's down in the dirt. And now a 2-ball and 2-strike count for David Fluid. Elgin, Eastview and Weiss doing battle tonight over at Weiss. Eastview won the first matchup earlier in the week. The 2-2 pitch to Fluid. Line drive, fisted out behind shortstop. Played well there by Sandrea. He'll make the catch for out number 2. Kiki unable to advance, and so now with 2 outs, that'll bring up the DH, Jaden Howe. So an L6 in the book to record the out of Fluid. And Jaden Howe will step in here from the left side. The first pitch to Howe. He'll lay off and take it on the inside part of the plate for a called strike. 0-1 the count. Jaden the other night, 1 for 2, had a double with 2 RBIs in the first inning, struck out in the third. Or 1 for 2. Yeah, 1 for 2 in the night. But a nice double there in the first inning that scored the first 2 runs of the ball game for Georgetown. Fouls that one off. It's no balls, 2 strikes now. Jaden Howes, he'll battle here with 2 outs and a runner at third here in the top of the first. Labrado Ramirez, the 0-2 pitch. Howell hits it out towards second. Barones up with it to throw to first in time. And the Eagles are down without any damage here in the top of the first. No runs on no hits. No runs on 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 runner left on base. After half an inning, Georgetown 0. Connally coming up to bat. Stay with us live here on the SHN Sports Network. We'll return with more Georgetown Eagle baseball in just a moment. Back live here at Connally High School. We go to the bottom of the first. David Foote, your senior left-hander, on the mound to start tonight for the Georgetown Eagles. He'll face off here at the bottom of the first against the shortstop, Rooney Sandrea. Second baseman, Raymond Pulgar. First pitch, a swing and a miss. Strike 1 to Rooney Sandrea. And then Daniel Dorvigny Mora, the catcher, due up in the third slot. Fluid from the windup, the 0-1 pitch. Line drive hit down the right field line will curl to foul territory. And Fluid way ahead now in the opening at bat. No balls, 2 strikes. To Rooney Sandrea, the shortstop for the Connally Cougars. Fluid gets the sign from the third base side of the rubber. The 0-2 pitch misses outside, ball 1. 1-2 the count now. To the leadoff shortstop, Rooney Sandrea. The 1-2 pitch from Fluid. Ground ball hit out towards second. Hunter to his right, fields it on the throw. Is in time. 4-3 on the putout to retire Sandrea. And that'll bring up number 3, Raymond Pulgar. Got to make sure I got that right. I don't think he may be at second base. We'll see. I may have it confused here. Gonna double check the lineup card we saw. No. He is Raymond Pulgar.
Not batting,
Ramon Pulgar is at second. First pitch in there for a called strike from Fluid. 0-1 the count. Fluid from the windup, the 0-1 pitch. Inside corner, called strike 2. And for the second batter in a row, Fluid quickly ahead, 0-2 in the count to the Cougar hitter. The 0-2 pitch just misses for ball 1, 1-2 the count. Pulgar bats from the right side, steps back in. Fluid ready to go from the windup, the 1-2 pitch. Ground ball hit out off the glove of Fluid to the shortstop, Kiki. Up with it, the throw in time. 1-6-3 on the putout to retire Ramon Pulgar. Good job there by Kiki to stay with that off the glove of Fluid. Out number 2 recorded there. And that'll bring up the catcher, number 18, Daniel Dorvigny Mora. He'll step in from the right side with 2 outs and the base is empty. He was 1 for 1 in the ballgame the other night. Walked in the first inning, then was picked off by Connor Young on a back pick at first base. Takes the first pitch outside for ball 1. But then Dorvigny Mora singled in the in the third inning. But that came to be fruitless as Camareno Aguilera tried to score from second base, and Tate Ritchie scooped the base hit up in left field and threw out Camareno Aguilera at the plate to end the inning and the threat. 1 ball, 1 strike on a swing and a miss. The 1-1 count down low in the dirt for ball 2. 2-1 now to Dorvigny Mora. Mora steps back in, flew it from the windup. The 1-2-1 pitch, and that's in there for a called strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to the catcher, Dorvigny Mora. Flew it, works quickly here, gets in his rhythm, gets the sign from Connor Young from the windup. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on the breaking pitch. And the Connally Cougars go in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. After 1 complete inning, Georgetown 0, Connally 0. Georgetown baseball continues in just a moment. Back live here at Connally High School. Wind started to pick up as we go to the top of the second inning. Grooms, Thomas, and Curtin due up here for Georgetown to face off against Kenny Labrada Ramirez. In the first inning, Labrada gave up no runs, 1 hit, had 1 error behind him. Left 1 on base, threw 11 pitches. Groom steps in from the right side. The first pitch from Labrada Ramirez is up high for ball 1. 1-0 the count. To Hayden Grooms, the third baseman. Grooms the other night, 1 for 2 on the night. The 0-1 pitch fouled off over on top of the concourse of the football stadium. 1-1 the count now to Hayden Grooms. Grooms back in from the right side. Labrada Ramirez looks in, gets the sign, and comes set in the stretch. The 1-1 pitch. Sliced foul down the first base line, out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now the count to Hayden Grooms. Grooms back in, ready to go. Labrada Ramirez comes set in the stretch. The 1-2 pitch. Hit out towards second, and it drifts into right field for a base hit. And a leadoff single for the Georgetown Eagles here in the top of the second. Off the bat of Hayden Grooms. He's does the job there to lead off the inning. Second hit of the ball game for Georgetown. And that'll bring up the left fielder, number 24, Cooper Thomas. A sophomore. Throws right, hits right, steps in here for the first at bat of the ball game for him. Here in the top of the second, no outs and a runner at first. Grooms will lead off first, being held on there by Gomez Hernandez. First pitch to Thomas, inside part of the plate for a called strike. 0-1 the count. Scoreboard has an out up there. No outs here in the inning. Thomas back in from the right side. Lebrado Ramirez, a throw over to first. Grooms dives back in safely under the tag from Gomez Hernandez. Everyone resets as Lebrado Ramirez looks in and gets the sign. Comes set in the stretch, a peek at first base. The 0-1 pitch. Low and outside, ball one. 1-1 the count now to Cooper Thomas. Beautiful day tomorrow to go out. Marble Falls, 1 o'clock. Come watch the Georgetown Eagles take on the Marble Falls Mustangs. If you can't be there, click on YouTube. SHN Sports Network will have the game live. 1-1 pitch, swung and a miss by Thomas. Now 1 ball, 2 strike count to the left fielder. No outs. Hayden Grooms led off the inning with a single to right field. Lebrado Ramirez looks in, gets the sign, and comes set in the stretch. Grooms off first. The 1-2 pitch. Low and outside. Novigny Mesa throws behind the runner at first, but gets away from him into right field. And now we'll move Grooms up to second base on the second error of the ball game. An E2 there. We'll move Grooms into scoring position. 2-2 count now to Cooper Thomas. Grooms off second base. Lebrado Ramirez a long look in. Now comes set in the stretch. Throw back to second base. And it hits Grooms as he dove back in. Had the right arm extended, diving back in head first and hit right below that shoulder. Field umpire turns and slows things down here as Coach Payne goes out to check on him from third base. Coach Vieira makes an appearance out of the dugout. Makes his way out. Waved off. Hayden Grooms gives the thumbs up. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Cooper Thomas here in the top of the second. No outs and a man at second base. A leadoff single. Advanced on a throwing error by the catcher. Trying to throw behind Grooms. The 2-2 pitch. Fouled off back to the screen. Cooper Thomas stays alive. With the foul ball. See another pitch here. The 2-2 pitch. Thomas sends it into right field. Scholes will make the catch. Grooms will tag at second and head to third. So doing a job there. Cooper Thomas moves the runner over to third. F9 in the book for the first out. And now that'll bring up the junior first baseman, number 21, Braden Curtin. Curtin will step in from the right side. Moves Tate Ritchie into the on-deck circle with 1 out here in the top of the second. First pitch to Curtin. And it goes off the barrel of the bat behind his head. He ducked the head but left the barrel. And Lebrado Ramirez gets the strike call on the foul ball. So an 0-1 count to Curtin here. Curtin back in for the right side. Lebrado Ramirez comes set in the stretch. The 0-1 pitch. Curtin sends it out towards short on a hop. Fielded by the shortstop. The throw across the diamond is down in the dirt. Curtin will move up to second base. So it'll be an RBI for Curtin. He'll reach on the error by the shortstop. Sandrea. And move up to second base on that same error. But he'll get credit for the RBI. That scores Grooms. So Georgetown takes the 1-0 lead. One out now in the inning. Make that 2 out, or 1 out here in the inning after Curtin reaches on the air. And that'll bring up the right fielder, number 4, Tate Ritchie. Tate steps in for the right side. The first pitch from Kenny Labrada Ramirez on the outside corner for a called strike. 0-1 the count. A great play on the backhand there by Sandrea, but the throw is down in the dirt underneath the glove of Gomez Hernandez to the fence, and that allows Curtin to reach base and move up to second base. The 0-1 pitch, low and outside. Good scoop there by Dorvigny Mesa. He'll run Curtin back to second base. 1-1 the count to Tate Ritchie. Luke Holly, the number 9 hitter, center fielder tonight for your Georgetown Eagles, waits on deck. A runner on second base, Brayton Curtin. Eagles have pushed one across here in the top of the second, lead it 1-0. Curtin back in for the right side. Labrada Ramirez, a look back at second base. The 1-1 pitch down to the dirt, gets away from Dorvigny Mesa. And Curtin all the way up to third, circles big. Then he'll head back to third base. So a wild pitch there. Moves up the runner. It's a 2-1 count to Tate Ritchie. It's good to see that Dorvigny Mesa is okay. Tripped up, coming back off the grass into the dirt area. He's all right, and we go back to action. 2 balls, 1 strike, the count to Tate Ritchie. Labrada Ramirez comes set, the 2-1 pitch. Fouled off towards the first base dugout and evens out the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out here in the top of the second. The runner at third, and Brayton Curtin drove a run in, scoring Hayden Grooms from third base on the ball struck towards short. Sandrea made the play to first, did not even look at home. Willing to give up the run, but the error let Curtin reach base and move to second. Moves up on the wild pitch. 2-2 skips that one in. Good block there by Dorvigny Mesa. But that makes the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Tate Ritchie with 1 out here in the top of the second. Luke Holly waits on deck with 1 out here in the top of the second. Ritchie back in for the right side. Labrada Ramirez looks in and gets the sign, comes set in the stretch. The payoff pitch. Ritchie hits it right back up the middle. It's going to be an RBI single for Tate Ritchie, and Georgetown takes the 2-0 lead. Good job of hitting there by Tate Ritchie. Got the pitch he wanted on the 3-2 count and puts it right into center field to score Curtin, in a 2-0 lead now for Georgetown. 3rd hit of the ball game for the Eagles. And that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, number 6, Luke Holly, the senior center fielder. He'll step in with 1 out and a runner at first base. First pitch to Holly, low and outside. Ball 1. 1-0 the count. On deck, the leadoff hitter, Jack Kiki, steps back, ready to take a shot here. Holly 0 for 1 last night. Reached on an error in the second, walked and scored a run in the third. Strike on the second pitch called there on the 1-0 pitch, but Tate Ritchie will steal second base. So another runner in scoring position for Georgetown. 1-1 count with 1 out to Luke Holly. Try to keep the wind noise down as much as possible, blowing straight in from center field. Pitch to Holly is in there for a called strike. I have it 1 ball and 2 strikes. The scoreboard has it 2 balls and 1 strike. It is 1 ball, 2 strikes. So a 1-2 count to Holly with 1 out. Ritchie leads off second. Labrada Ramirez, the 1-2 pitch. Holly sends it into center field. Center fielder Camareno Aguilera runs for it. It's over his head. Base hit. It's going to score Ritchie from second. Holly around second, headed to third. And it's going to be a 1-out triple, an RBI triple for Luke Holly. right into the teeth of the wind, and he gave it a ride, and a great piece of hitting there. Another run across for Georgetown here in the top of the second. Makes it 3-0. But a great job there by Lucali, an RBI triple. Two hopped it to the fence, a dead square straight away center field at 400 feet away. Camareno Aguilera turned around and took off running quickly after contact. But that'll bring up Jack Kiki. The first pitch to Kiki. Misses low and outside for ball one. Kiki reached on a single, advanced to second on the error, and then was left stranded at third base. Steps in here. 1 for 1 in the ball game. A 1-0 count with 1 out. A runner at third base. Kiki drives the 1-0 pitch down the left field line. It's an RBI base hit. Kiki around first. He's going to head to second. Here comes the throw in, but not in time. And it's an RBI double for Jack Kiki. His second hit of the ball game. And that'll bring up Connor Young. 4-0 now your scores. Holly driven in there by the Kiki double. Eagles have expanded their lead to 4-0 now on the fifth hit of the ball game. But Jack Kiki, the RBI double, now in scoring position himself. As the left-handed hitting catcher, Connor Young steps in. He sacrificed in the first. Takes this pitch. Kiki tries to steal third, and he'll be caught stealing there. Nice throw by Dorvigny Mesa for out number 2. 2-5 on the caught stealing for the second out of the inning. Connor Young will step back in. A 1-0 count to Young. Misses up and away for a ball. Young steps back in. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 outs and the base is empty. 2-0 pitch. Grounded towards first. Gomez Hernandez will field it. Step on first base. 3 unassisted to record the out. And retire the Eagles here in the top of the second, but not before Georgetown picks up 4 runs on 4 hits, 1 error, and no runners left on base. After an inning and a half, Georgetown leads it over Connally 4-0. Georgetown Eagle baseball will continue in just a minute here on the SHN Sports Network. Back here live, Connally High School. We go to the bottom of the second. Fluid on for his second inning of work. He'll face off against Scholes, Gomez Hernandez, and Arizbe. First pitch swinging. Scholes grounds it out to second. Jalen Hunter up with it. Throws the curtain at first in time. And just like that, 1 pitch, 1 out here in the bottom of the second. 4-3 on the putout to retire Scholes for out number 1. And that'll bring up Josue Gomez Hernandez, the first baseman. He'll step in from the right side for his first plate appearance of the night. In the first inning, Fluid retired the Cougars in order. Struck out 1, allowed no hits through 13 pitches. The first pitch to Gomez Hernandez on the outside corner for a called strike. 0-1 the count now. One out here in the bottom of the second. The 0-1 pitch. Fouled off, back to the screen. 0-2 the count now. To Josue Gomez Hernandez. On deck, Diego Arizpe, the third baseman for the Cougars here in the bottom of the second. Fluid's 0-2 pitch. Grounded out towards short. High hop. Kiki fills it. Throw across the diamond in time for out number 2. 6-3 on the putout to retire Gomez Hernandez. And with 2 quick outs, that'll bring up the third baseman, number 7, Diego Arizpe. He'll step in with 2 outs and the base is empty here in the bottom of the second for the Connally Cougars. Great turnout last night. Camp Brightside Coaches Show. First one of the year for the Eagle Nation Coaches Show with Coach Vieira. The first pitch to Arizpe in there for a called strike. 0-1 the count. Landon Patterson visited with us, the freshman player of the week. And then Caleb McDougal from the JV. And then we had Hagen Tate, Luke Hawley join us. The 0-1 pitch fouled off back behind home plate by Arizpe. Quickly ahead is Fluid. 0-2 now with 2 outs and the base is empty here in the bottom of the second. Next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday combo for the baseball week. The 0-2 pitch just misses, up and away, ball 1. Tuesday night, it'll be at home against Eastview in the Crosstown Classic. Then Wednesday night, Camp Brightside will have the Coaches Show. And then Thursday, we'll turn right around and head over to Eastview for Game 2 of that series over at Patriot Park. Expect a nice battle with them again this year. 2 good games last year. The 1-2 pitch misses on the inside corner off the glove of Young. 2-2 the count now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Deuce is wild. Connally High School. Fluid looks in, gets the sign. The 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and the Cougars go in order for the second inning in a row. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. After 2 complete innings, Georgetown 4, Connally 0. Georgetown Eagle Baseball, presented by the Georgetown Eagle Baseball Booster Club, returns in just a moment here on the SHN Sports Network.
Yeah. I'm the big homie, for those of y'all that don't know me. One and only, name another rapper this Cody. Can't show me these down bad rap phonies. Take a pic to Ricky Bobby shaking Bake Brody. Pin rolling, never sleep, I just keep going. Hit my peak now, I just started like my name Tommy. Had a vision, this was destined for my life story. Bible by my side, I keep it like a gun on me. War ready and we ain't afraid to get bloody. Told me I should quit my day job, that's funny. Hey, will always elevate me, I'ma keep showing. Out and selling, record spinning, it ain't never slowing. Take the stakes, take the crown, I don't need it, got the sound. I'ma be the king forever, even when they count me out. Favorite rapper, raise a bar from the ground. Taking risks you never dreamed of, get my name up out your mouth. Don't talk, it's silent on the floor, kings walk. We gon' drag your body through the door in shock. How I got 'em asking for a tour, man, stop. I'ma need a second, maybe more. I'm the big homie, for those of y'all that don't know me. One and only, name another rapper this Cody. Can't show me these down bad rap phonies. Take a pic to Ricky Bobby shaking Bake Brody. Independent on my own, I'ma stand. Taking handouts, not for me, I like the back of my demands. Bet against me, I'ma need that money coming in advance. I play with God's hand, you ain't never stood a chance. Take over your playlist, I'm that dude, set the mood. Know I've always been on top, I play it cool, nothing new. They said I should flex and then bring in the juice. School the rules, came and stuck up the game and we running fools. On the loose, I'm the big homie, for those of y'all that don't know me.
Back live here at Connally High School. We go to the top of the third inning. It'll be Fluid, followed by Howell and Grooms for the Georgetown Eagles. They lead it 4-0 after 2 innings. Fluid steps back in, lined out in inning number 1, 0 for 1 in the ball game. Labrada Ramirez from the stretch comes set. The first pitch of the inning to Fluid. Fluid sends it out, shallow left field. And a nice play there by Sandrea. He runs it down about 3 steps in on a long run across. Makes the catch for out number 1. P6 in the book to retire Fluid. And that'll bring up Jaden Howell, the designated hitter. He's 0 for 1 in the ball game. Grounded out to second base. Back at inning number 1, steps in here with 1 out and the base is empty. Hal in from the left side. Labrada Ramirez comes set in the stretch. The first pitch to Hal. Misses low for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Eagles put up 4 runs in that second inning on 4 hits. There were 2 errors, no one left on. 27 pitches thrown by Labrada Ramirez in the second inning. The 1-0 pitch comes inside for ball 2. 2-0 the count. So 38 pitches through 2 innings thrown by Kenny Labrada Ramirez, the right-handed pitcher tonight. A 2-0 count to Jaden Howe here. Labrada Ramirez comes set, the 2-0 pitch. Lays off of it, takes it low for ball 3. 3-0 the count now to the DH, Jaden Howe. On deck, number 16, your third baseman, Hayden Grooms. 1 for 1 in the ball game. Singled and scored a run in the second. Labrada Ramirez comes set, the 3-0 pitch. Howe takes it on the outside corner for a called strike. 3-1 the count now. Jaden Howe steps back in now, ready to go. As Labrada Ramirez looks in, gets the sign. And comes set in the stretch. The 3-1 pitch. Howe, a big swing and a miss, strike 2. 3-2 count now to Jaden Howe. Kenny Labrada Ramirez, good job of working back into the count. Behind 3-0, now works it full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Base is empty here in the top of the third. The payoff pitch to Howe. Fouled off, out of play down the third baseline as Howe get into what they would call the quality at bat here. 6 pitches seen in the at bat. Now Jaden Howe back in for the left side and readies. Labrada Ramirez with the sign comes set in the stretch. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. First strikeout of the ball game from Labrada Ramirez. And that'll bring up Hayden Grooms with 2 outs and the base is empty. Grooms single to right. Scored a run there in the top of the second. Steps in here with 2 outs. And the base is empty. Grooms in from the right side as Labrada Ramirez looks in and gets the sign. The first pitch to Hayden Grooms. Breaking pitch stays up and in for ball 1. 1-0 the count. Connally Cougars softball going on over to our left. Believe they're playing Eastview tonight. Eastview or Weiss. Over on the softball diamond. And the 1-0 pitch hits Grooms on the left shoulder. So he'll take his base with 2 outs, and Georgetown has a 2-out base runner. That'll bring up Cooper Thomas. He's 0 for 1 in the ball game. Flew out to right field back in the second inning. Steps in here with 2 outs and a runner on first. I was hoping he would be on third already, but still at first base. So Hayden, he's been hitting just below the right shoulder when diving back to second base earlier. Now gets hit by the pitch in the left shoulder. Leads off first base, held on there by Gomez Hernandez. The first pitch to Cooper Thomas. On the inside corner for a called strike. 0-1 the count. On deck, Braden Curtin. Curtin waits his chance should Thomas reach base. Labrada Ramirez comes set. The 0-1 pitch. Misses outside. Ball 1. Dorvigny Mesa looked like he was going to throw down behind Grooms at first base, so the ball squirts out. But Grooms unable to advance, and so he stays put. 1-1 the count now to Cooper Thomas. Thomas back in for the right side. Labrada Ramirez gets the sign and comes set in the stretch. The 1-1 pitch. Cooper Thomas gives it a ride. Foul down the first baseline. Out of play. And now the 1-2 count. With 2 outs and a runner at first here in the top of the third. 4-0 your score. Georgetown with 4 runs in the second inning. Thomas back in. Grooms leads off. Gomez Hernandez holds him on at first. Labrada Ramirez. The 1-2 pitch. Thomas a swing and a miss. Strike 3. And the Eagles go down here in the top of the third. No runs on no hits, no errors, and one runner left on base. After 2.5, Georgetown 4, Connally 0. Georgetown Eagle baseball will continue in just a moment. Back for the bottom of the third. Fluid on for his third inning of work. Will face off against the 7, 8, 9 hitters. The first pitch to his counterpart, Kenny Labrada Ramirez, is up and away for ball one. Through 2 innings, Fluid has faced the minimum 6 hitters, has given up no hits, struck out 2, thrown 22 pitches. The 1-0 pitch to Labrada Ramirez misses just low for ball 2, 2-0 the count. First time of the ball game. Fluid has fallen behind a hitter. Now 3-0. So a 3-0 count to Kenny Labrada Ramirez, the pitcher. On deck, Jaden Barones and Andrew Camarino Aguilera due up here in this third inning. The 3-0 pitch just misses low. Ball 4. Or did he call it? Yeah, I thought it was ball 4. So a base on balls here to Labrada Ramirez. First walk issued by Fluid. Gives the Cougars their first base runner. Barones will step in, the left fielder. He did not play in Wednesday night's ball game. Starting tonight in the left field for the Cougars. Fluid now moves to the stretch for the first time of the ball game. The first pitch bunted down the first baseline. Curtin will pick it up. He'll flip to the second baseman, Jalem Hunter, covering. So Barones lays down a beautiful sac bunt. That'll move Kenny Labrada Ramirez into scoring position with 1 out here in the first inning, or the bottom of the third inning. 3-4 on the putout there on that sac bunt. And that'll bring up Andrew Camarino Aguilera with 1 out and a runner at second base. Center field tonight for Camarino Aguilera. He played third base on Wednesday night, came into pitch in relief in the third. Fluid comes set, a turn towards second, but no throw. And they'll all reset here. Now the wind has calmed back down, so we can turn that crowd mic up a little bit. First pitch here, a swing and a miss by Camarino Aguilera. 0-1 the count. 1 out here in the bottom of the third. On the beautiful sac bunt there by Jaden Barones. The 0-1 pitch, a swing and a miss, strike 2. Andrew Camarino Aguilera behind in the count now, no balls, 2 strikes with 1 out. A runner down at second base, Kenny Labrada Ramirez. Fluid comes set, the 0-2 pitch. Misses low and inside, ball 1. On deck, Rooney Sandrea, the shortstop for the Cougars. Fluid comes set, the 1-2 pitch. Misses high, ball 2. 2-2 the count. A look at second, the 2-2 pitch from Fluid. Swing and a miss, chase the junk. And a great scoop there by Connor Young. Third strikeout of the ball game for Fluid. Second out of the inning here for the Cougars, and takes us back to the top of the lineup. Rooney Sandrea, the shortstop, 0 for 1 of the ball game, grounded out to Jalem Hunter at second base back in the first inning. Steps in here with 2 outs and a runner at second, trailing by 4. Georgetown put up the 4 in the top of the second inning. Sandrea in from the right side. The first pitch from Fluid. Fly ball back out of play, back over home plate onto the football complex. 0-1 the count now to Sandrea. Fluid set in the stretch. The 0-1 pitch. Breaking pitch just misses for ball 1. 1-1 the count. Fluid ready to go. The 1-1 pitch. Breaking pitch in there for a called strike. Across the top of the zone. 1-2 now the count to Rooney Sandrea with Ramon Pulgar on deck. So Sandrea reach base. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The 1-2 pitch. Fly ball into the net. Fouled off back behind. 1-2 the count still for Sandrea, the leadoff man, the shortstop. Fluid gets a sign and comes set. A look at second base. The 1-2 pitch. Line drive fisted down the first baseline and just foul. Braden Curtin right on top of it to help the umpire make the call. I think it may have sold it to him. I thought it might have been fair. You can't tell. The chalk not very bright out there. So the Eagles get the benefit there. Foul ball. 1-2 remains the count. Sandrea will step back in. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the third inning. Fluid didn't like it, steps off. Kenny Labrada Ramirez back to second base, and now we all reset. Sandrea back in for the right side. Labrada Ramirez leads off. Fluid comes set in the stretch. The 1-2 pitch. Breaking pitch in there, called strike 3. Caught him looking for out number 3. And the Eagles get out of the inning here with no damage. No runs on no hits, no errors. 1 runner left on base. After 3 complete, Georgetown 4, Connally 0. Georgetown Eagle baseball continues in just a minute. Back here at Connally High School. We go to the top of the 4th inning. A 4-0 lead for your Georgetown Eagles. The Eagles will bring up 7, 8, 9 hitters here in the top of the fourth. Curtin, Ritchie, and Holly face off against Kenny Labrada Ramirez in his fourth inning of work. Curtin in from the right side. The first pitch. Ground ball towards third. And off the glove of the third baseman, trying to make the backhand was Arispe. And Curtin is going to motor into second base. A good hustle around first. Gets into second base.
Number 4, Ritchie.
And now with a runner on second base and no outs, that'll bring up Tate Ritchie, the right fielder. He's 1 for 1 in the ball game, an RBI single in the second. Curtin was 0 for 1 after he reached on the air by the shortstop. Let's see what they call on that one. Curtin leads off the inning, gets on base. Now Tate Ritchie will step in. From the right side, the right fielder. Ritchie ready to go. Labrada Ramirez comes set in the stretch. A look at second base. The first pitch to Ritchie. He'll turn a bunt right down the third baseline, but it's just going to curl foul. So it'll be 0-1 to count to Tate Ritchie. Here in the top of the fourth. Try to go to the game changer real quick. See how they scored the Braden Curtin. Was it a hit past the third baseman trying to backhand it off the glove, or was it ruled an error? Labrada Ramirez comes set in the stretch. After a long look in, Ritchie ready from the right side. The 0-1 pitch. Squares the bunt again, out in front of the mound. Labrada Ramirez up with it. No one covered second. He'll throw it over, and Ritchie will beat the play. The second baseman, Pulgar, didn't get there in time. And Tate Ritchie with a hustle down the baseline, reaches first. Curtin moves up to third.
Number 6, Holly.
So that'll bring up Luke Holly, who had an RBI triple. Back in the second inning. That drove in Tate Ritchie. Steps in here with no outs and runners on the corners. Labrada Ramirez comes set. The first pitch. Takes it for a strike. Tate Ritchie will steal second base without a throw. So now runners at second and third. No outs here in the top of the fourth. So the Eagles threatening early here in the fourth. Labrada Ramirez comes set. The 0-1 pitch to Luke Holly. Low and outside. Good job by Dorvigny Mason to keep that one in front of him. 1-1 now the count. To the center fielder. The 1-1 pitch called a strike. 1-2 now the count to Luke Holly with runners at second and third. No outs here in the top of the fourth. 4-0 lead for Georgetown. Labrada Ramirez comes set. The 1-2 pitch. That one sails high. 4-2 evens up the count. 2-2 now. Chatter started to pick up here out of the first base dugout for Georgetown. Holly takes time, steps out. All right, here we go. Let's see what we got going here for tonight's ball game. The 1-2 pitch to Holly. Misses out, or 2-2 pitch to Holly, misses outside. Now a full count. So now Luke steps back in. 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Runners at second and third. Ritchie paying attention at second. The center fielder, Camarino Aguilera, tried to sneak in for a pickoff attempt. Tate Ritchie paying attention to his surroundings. Coach Durrell down at first base talking. Holly back in for the right side now with a full count. No outs. Runners on second and third. Labrada Ramirez comes set. The 3-2 pitch. Misses down low. Ball 4. So great job there. Nice at bat there for Luke Holly. Draws the walk and loads the bases for Georgetown now. The first walk issued by Labrada Ramirez, and that'll bring up Jack Kiki. Jack 2 for 2 in the ball game. Single and left straighted in the first. Doubled and caught stealing in the second. Steps in here with the bases loaded, no outs. Jack from the right side gets ready. Labrada Ramirez comes set in the stretch. Kiki will lay off and take it for a called strike. 0-1 the count. The 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball misses for ball 1. 1-1 now the count. To the junior shortstop, Jack Kiki. A 1-1 pitch fouled off back to the screen. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count now. To Jack Kiki, bases full of Eagles. No outs here in the top of the 4th. Opportunity for Georgetown to open it up big time here in the 4th inning. Kiki back in for the right side. Labrada Ramirez comes set. The 1-2 pitch. Kiki takes it outside for ball 2. Two balls, 2 strikes, no outs, and the base is full of Eagles. Now Dorvigny Mesa will take a time, and he'll go out to visit with his pitcher, Labrada Ramirez. 2-2 count now to Jack Kiki with no outs. And base is loaded. Curtin at third, Ritchie at second. Holly at first base. Kiki back in for the right side. Labrada Ramirez now back on the mound. Gets the sign from his catcher, Dorvigny Mesa. Comes set in the stretch. The 2-2 pitch. Kiki fouls it off down the first baseline, out of play. Continues the battle here in this at-bat. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Bases loaded. The 2-2 pitch. Outside, ball 3. Now Jack's forced it to a full count with the bases loaded, no outs. All 3 runners lead off. See if they get off and take off running on the pitch with the full count. The payoff pitch to Kiki. Jack fouls it off. Back to the screen, stays alive in the at-bat. .52 pitches through 3 innings thrown by Labrada Ramirez. This will be the 17th of this inning. 3-2 count to shortstop Jack Kiki. Curtin off third. Ritchie off second. Holly off first. The 3-2 pitch. Fouled off by Kiki off the glove of the catcher. What a battle here by Jack Kiki. Next pitch will be the 9th of the at-bat for Jack. Another quality at-bat. One of the things the coaching staff talks about, looks at, forcing that pitch count up and up. Try to get to the bullpens of these teams you face. And now Labrada Ramirez ready. The payoff pitch. Ball 4, high for a walk. Kiki gets the RBI on the base on balls. It scores Braden Curtin from third. So it's a 5-0 lead. Second walk issued by Labrada Ramirez. And now Connor Young will step in, but first we're going to have a timeout. Coach Corey Colhane will come out to visit with his pitcher, Labrada Ramirez. We'll take a quick timeout. Eagle baseball continues in a moment. And the home plate umpire forced the hand of Coach Colhane there and ends the meeting at the mound. 5-0. Now Connor Young steps in. The base is still loaded with no outs. Fouls off the first pitch. Back to the screen. 0-1 the count now. Connor 0 for 1 in the ball game. Sack bunt laid down in the first that moved Kiki up to third. Grounded out to the first baseman. Back in the second inning. Steps in here. The base is loaded. No outs. The 0-1 pitch from Labrada Ramirez. Fouled off down the third baseline. Just stays off the softball field. Went into the back of their netting. And now the count 0-2 to Connor Young. On deck, David Fluitt. Georgetown with 1 run in the inning, 5 in the game. An opportunity to blow it open here. Corners in for the Cougars. As Labrada Ramirez comes set, the 0-2 pitch to Connor Young. Fouled off, back out of play. Towards the softball field. Young stays alive. 0-2 the count. No outs here in the top of the fourth. Tomorrow live, Marble Falls, Texas at the Marble Falls Mustangs. Welcome in your Georgetown Eagles for a 1 o'clock first pitch. The 0-2 pitch, up and away, ball 1 to Connor Young. 1-2 now the count. Come out to beautiful Marble Falls. You know, it'd help me if I put the camera back on for you. But at least I told you what happened, so that's a good start. 1-2 now the count to Connor Young. Labrada Ramirez comes set. The 1-2 pitch. Ball sent out into shallow center field. And just over the head of the shortstop. It's going to fall for an RBI single. And all the runners move up. Tate Ritchie scores on the base hit by Connor Young. Got just enough of it to get it over the shortstop's Andrea's head. And a good piece of hitting there. Ritchie scores the second run of the inning. Holly moves up to third. Kiki up to second. And now there'll be a courtesy runner at first base as Colton Crutchfield will come on to run for the catcher, Connor Young, at first. 6th hit of the ball game. Maybe the 7th. We're still waiting on a ruling on Braden Curtin's at bat. Fluitt steps in now with no outs. Bases full of the Eagles. 6-0 lead. The first pitch to David Fluitt. Misses up and away for ball 1. Gomez Hernandez in at first, about 3 steps on the grass. Even at the bag at third is Arizbe. The 1-0 pitch to Fluitt. Ground ball pulled foul towards the first base dugout. Evens out the count. 1 ball and 1 strike. On deck, the DH, Jaden Howe. 2 in the inning. 6-0 lead for Georgetown. No outs here in the top of the fourth. Base is still loaded. Holly at third, Kiki at second. Colton Crutchfield, the runner at first. Fluitt drives this one into center field. Catch made by Camarino Aguilera. He'll come up and throw for home, but not in time. Trying to advance to third and successful is Jack Kiki. So all the runners move up. A sac fly there for David Fluitt. Scores Luke Holly from third. Now 7-0 your score. Good job hitting there by Fluid. Got it deep enough to score Holly. And then Kiki and Young move up on the throw. F8 in the book for the out on the sack fly of Fluid for out number 1. And in steps Jaden Howe, the DH from the left side. Runners at second and third. The first pitch to Jaden Howe. Misses up and away, ball 1. Howe 0 for 2 in the ball game. Grounded out in the first, struck out in the third inning. Steps in with 1 out and a runner on second and third. Kiki at third. Colton Crutchfield, the runner at second. Lebrada Ramirez comes set. The 1-0 pitch. Howe fouls it off back out of play towards the softball field. And a 1-1 count now. Sounds like we got like a muted gong attached to the railing with our microphone tonight. 1-1 count now for Jaden Howe. The pitch. Breaking pitch stays up and away for ball 2, 2-1. Now the count to Jaden Howe, the DH. Kiki down at third. Colton Crutchfield at second base running for the catcher, Connor Young. Ground ball hit out towards second. Fielded there, the throw to first in time. And that'll drive in another run as Kiki scores from third. An RBI on the ground out by Jaden Howe. Makes it an 8-0 ball game here as Georgetown has matched their second inning output with 4 runs here in the inning. 4-3 on the putout of Jaden Howe for out number 2. And that'll bring up number 16, Hayden Grooms. He's 1 for 1 in the ball game. A single and a run scored in the second. Hit by a pitch and left stranded in the third. Steps in here with a runner at third base. And 2 outs in the top of the fourth. Lebrada Ramirez comes set. The first pitch to Grooms. Line drives right back up the middle. Into center field. An RBI single for Hayden Grooms. With 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. Makes it 9-0. Great piece of hitting there by the senior third baseman, Hayden Grooms. Second hit of the night for Grooms. And now Cooper Thomas will step in. Thomas steps in from the right side in left field tonight for the Eagles. 0 for 2 in the ball game. A fly out in the second, a strikeout in the third. Steps in here, 5 runs across an inning, 9-0. Georgetown leads it. Grooms off first. A throw over to first by Lebrada Ramirez. Gets away. Grooms up. He's headed to second base. And he's going to take off. He's going to be signaled by Coach Payne. He's going to make it all the way to third on the error by Lebrada Ramirez on the pickoff attempt. So another error costly here. And so now with Thomas stepping back in, he'll have a runner just 90 feet away. A chance to make it 10-0. And a lot of distance behind home plate for any kind of a pass ball or wild pitch that could allow Grooms to score as well. Lebrada Ramirez comes set. The first pitch to Cooper Thomas. And Thomas pulls it foul down the third baseline out of play. 0-1 to count. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner at third. Grooms with the RBI single. And then advanced to third on the pickoff attempt by Lebrada Ramirez. The throw got away from first base. The 0-1 pitch fouled off back to the screen. 0-2 the count now. To Cooper. Should Cooper reach base? Braden Curtin waits in the on-deck circle for the Eagles. Cooper, the 9th hitter of the inning for the Eagles. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Thomas back in from the right side. Lebrada Ramirez a look in. Gets the sign and comes set in the stretch. Grooms off third. The 0-2 pitch. Breaking pitch. Yanked foul by Thomas just ahead of that one. Stays it alive in the at-bat. No balls, 2 strikes. A lot of room between left field and center field for Thomas. And that being said, a lot of room between right field and center field as the right fielder and left fielder both kind of playing towards the lines. The 0-2 pitch. That one stays up and in on the breaking pitch. Didn't get down in time. Ball 1. 1-2 the count now to Coop. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Lebrado Ramirez comes set in the stretch. The 1-2 pitch. Breaking pitch. Fouled off. Back out of play down the first baseline by Thomas. Continues to battle here. Next pitch will be the 6th of the at-bat here as Cooper continues to battle. 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs. Hayden Grooms at third base. 5 runs across in the inning already. 9 in the ball game. Georgetown leads it 9-0. The 1-2 pitch. Breaking pitch dropped in there. And Thomas strikes out, looking for out number 3. But a good inning here for Georgetown. They put across 5 runs in the inning. 5 runs on 3 hits. A couple of Cougar errors. And 1 runner left on base. After 3.5 innings, Georgetown 9, Connally 0. Eagle baseball will continue in just a moment.
Royalty, put blame on me. Hate my trends. Word up OG, watch how you talking your tone. What I be on, you cannot make me a clone. You already know T versus T. Comparing to every white boy in America. I'm doing it different, attacking the limits, won't fit the criteria. Hearing hysteria, saying American. Hang around you and your crew's embarrassing. Take that sneak post down, flexing on me is hilarious. Don't take it from me, I put it in work. Listen and see where I've been. I am the foretelling by the masses. Read by the skull on my saber and pen. Put down the mic and he calling me in. Can I receive?
And we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. The Cougars will bring up the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, Pulgar, Dorvigny, Mora, and Scholes. The first pitch from Fluid. Popped back out of play. Behind home plate into the football complex as well. 0-1 the count. Pulgar grounded out in the first inning. 1-6-3. It went off the glove of Fluid to the shortstop, Kiki. Second pitch grounded towards third base, but pulled foul. And now quickly ahead is Fluid over Ramon Pulgar. Here in inning number 4. Bottom of the 4th, 9-0. Georgetown leads it. 4 runs in the second, 5 in the 4th. As Fluid works in his 4th inning of action here tonight. The 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. And Pulgar down on strikes for out number 1. 4th strikeout of the ball game for David Fluid. And now stepping in is the catcher, number 18, Daniel Dvortney Mora. He's 0-1 of the ball game. Struck out back in the first inning. Steps in here from the right side. Fluid from the windup. The first pitch to Mora. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Fluid from the third base side of the rubber from the windup. The 0-1 pitch. Down in the dirt. Misses for ball 1 on the breaking pitch. 1-1 the count now. Fluid gets the sign. The 1-1 pitched. Swing and a miss. Beautiful pitch there by Fluid. Vigny Mora down the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. From the windup, the 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 for out number 2. Vigny Mora couldn't make up the decision. The umpire called it for him. 2 strikeouts in a row for Fluid, 2 outs in a row. 5 strikeouts in the ball game for Fluid now. And with 2 outs, here comes up the right fielder, number 14, Antoine Scholes. Steps in, 0-1 of the ball game. Grounded out to second base back in the second inning. Correction. 6th strikeout of the ball game for Fluid. First pitch on the outside corner for called strike 1. Fluid ready to go. Scholes back in from the right side. From the windup, the 0-1 pitch. Breaking pitch in there for called strike 2. Scholes hesitated, checked his swing. But the umpire broke the news to him. Called strike 2. 0-2 the count now. Fluid from the windup, the 0-2 pitch. And he stays alive in the at-bat, fouls it off back behind home plate. Josue Gomez Hernandez on deck for the Cougars. Should Antoine Scholes be able to reach base here in the bottom of the 4th. 2 outs and the base is empty for the Cougars. Fluid gets the sign from the windup. The 0-2 pitch to Scholes. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And Fluid strikes out the side here in the bottom of the 4th. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. After 4 complete, Georgetown 9, Connally 0. Georgetown Eagle Baseball, presented by the Georgetown Eagle Baseball Booster Club, returns in a minute. Back here live, Connally High School. We go to the top of the 5th inning. Georgetown leads it 9-0 over the Connally Cougars. Kenny Labrada Ramirez on for his 5th inning of work against Georgetown. Through 4 innings, he's allowed, we'll go with 7 hits right now, just to clarify. We're not sure totally how they're getting ruled. He's given up 9 runs. He struck out 2, struck out 1, walked 2, hit 1. 1 wild pitch, and he's thrown 89 pitches through 4 innings. David Fluid, through 4 innings, has thrown 48 pitches. And so Ramirez, we'll see how long LeBron Ramirez makes it here in this 5th inning. If he does not hit the pitch count and have to come out of the ball game. The Eagles start where they did at the top of the 4th inning. The 7, 8, 9 hitters, Braden Curtin, Tate Ritchie, Luke Holly, due up. The Eagles batted around in the top of the 4th with the 5 runs. The first pitch to Curtin. Line drive out to center field. It's in for a base hit. And back-to-back singles back-to-back hits for Braden Curtin. He's now 2 for 3 on the night.
Up to bat, left fielder, right fielder.
Oh, 1 pitch and another base hit. Curtin did the same thing back in the 4th inning. Led off the inning on the first pitch with a base hit. Does it again, and now Tate Ritchie will step in. Tate 2 for 2 on the night with 2 singles and RBI. Scored 2 runs. Steps in here from the right side with no outs and a runner at first. Curtin leads off. Held on there by Gomez Hernandez. The first pitch to Ritchie. Fly ball sent out into right field. Scholes will close on it, but he can't get there in time. It's going to drop for a hit. Back-to-back hits for the Eagles. Have runners at first and second base. 2 pitches, 2 hits here in the inning. And that'll bring up Luke Holly. Luke 1 for 1 in the ball game. An RBI triple in the 2nd. Walked and scored a run in the 4th, and that may be it for Labrada Ramirez as Coach Colhane comes out of the dugout for the Cougars. Quick timeout. Georgetown Eagle Baseball will continue after this break. Sorry about that break there. A little medical emergency occurred up here in the booth, so we'll get the nosebleed stopped. We're good. So Ramon Pulgar will come to the mound. Camareno Aguilera will come from center field to second base for Pulgar. And Labrada Ramirez will go to center field for the Cougars defensively. And Luke Holly will step in. No outs. Runners on first and second after back-to-back hits by Curtin and Ritchie. First pitch from Pulgar. Holly lays off and takes it low for ball one. 1-0 the count. Pulgar comes set in the stretch. The 1-0 pitch. Down to the dirt, bounces off the plate. It'll get all the way to the screen. Curtin around third. He'll hold there. Tate Ritchie up to second. Now runners at second and third, both in scoring position with a 2-0 count to Luke Holly. That'll be a wild pitch to Pulgar. His first, second of the night. For Connally Cougar pitching. The 2-0 pitch. It's in there for a called strike. 2-1 to count. Now to Luke Holly. He took that one all the way. Top part of the strike zone for a called strike. 2 balls, 1 strike, no outs. Runners at second and third. Curtin off third. Ritchie off second. The 2-1 pitch. Down in the dirt. Blocked by Dorvigny Mesa. 3-1 count now to Luke Holly. The Eagles have a chance to put this one into what would create a run rule status here in the 5th inning if they can put one across. Make it a 10-run lead. The 3-1 pitch to Holly is outside for ball 4. Now the base is loaded with no outs. Here again. Back-to-back plate appearances for Holly to walk. His second walk of the ball game. First one issued by Pulgar. So the base is loaded, and in steps Jack Kiki. Jack, 2 for 2 on the night. Just reached base in all 3 plate appearances. Takes this one up and in. Ball 1. Singled in the first, doubled in the second, walked and scored a run in the 4th. Steps in here with the bases loaded, no outs. In the top of the 5th, Kiki back in. Pulgar's 1-0 pitch. Misses outside, ball 2, 2-0 the count. Labrada Ramirez goes 4+ innings, throws 91 pitches. Responsible for the runners at second and third. The 2-0 pitch to Kiki stays high for ball 3. Infield in on the grass for the Cougars. Kiki back in for the right side, a 3-0 count. Pulgar comes set, the 3-0 pitch. That one's in there for a called strike. Kiki taking all the way there. Now a 3-1 count to the shortstop, Jack Kiki. On deck, Connor Young, the catcher for Georgetown. The 3-1 pitch. Inside, ball 4. Another walk and RBI for Jack Kiki. That one drives in Curtin again from third base. That run charged to Labrada Ramirez. He's given up 10 now, still responsible for Ritchie down at third base. So Tate Ritchie at third, Luke Holly at second, and now Jack Kiki down at first base. Connor Young steps in. First pitch hits him. And that'll be the first hit by pitch by Pulgar. And that'll give the 11th run across in the ballgame for Georgetown as Ritchie is brought in from third base. Holly up to third, Kiki up to second. And Connor Young gets the RBI on the hit by pitch. Should be a courtesy runner down at first for the catcher, Connor Young. There it is. Delayed go, and now Tillman Brown, number 1, will come in the courtesy run for the catcher. And now we have a pinch hitter here in the top of the 5th. Number 14, Braden Rogers steps in. Takes the first pitch, low for a ball, 1-0 the count. Bases loaded, 2 runs across an inning, 11-0 lead for Georgetown. All 11 runs right now, the responsibility of Labrada Ramirez. Now these base runners come at the hands of Pulgar. The 1-0 pitch misses low and away. Ball 2, 2-0 the count to Braden Rogers. Number 14, the junior. Pinch hitting here in the 3 slot for David Fluid. On deck, number 18, Ryan Castilleja. Set to pitch hit for Jaden Howe, the DH. 2-0 pitch misses low and outside. Ball 3. Pulgar in the stretch. Comes set. The 3-0 pitch to Rogers. Sails high for ball 4. 4-pitch walk for Rogers. Drives in Holly from third base. Give the RBI to Braden Rogers there. 3 runs across. First run allowed, given up by Pulgar. Kiki over to third base. Tillman Brown to second. And another visit from Coach Colhane for the Cougars. Quick timeout. Eagle baseball continues in a moment. Back live here at Connally High School. Another pitching change. Try to get the defense set for you. See if it'll pop up. There we go. Peronis in left. Labrada Ramirez in center. Scholes in right. Pulgar leaves the mound, goes to short. Sandrea, the shortstop, moves to the mound. And everyone else stays put. Dorvigny makes it behind the mound. Gomez Hernandez at first base. And that'll bring up Ryan Castilleja, pinch hitting here for the Eagles. First pitch. Down in the dirt, gets past Dorvigny Mesa, and that will score. Jack Kiki from third base on the wild pitch. That run charged to Pulgar, his second allowed. So 11 runs given up by Labrada Ramirez. 2 for Pulgar. Runners at second and third. 1-0 count to Castilleja. This one sails high, ball 2. Ryan steps back in from the right side. Sandrea works from the stretch, comes set. The 2-0 pitch. That one's in there for a called strike. 2-1 the count now. Tillman Brown up to third. Braden Rogers at second. 2-1 pitch. High fly ball, right side of the infield. The first baseman, Gomez Hernandez, into foul territory. And he'll make the catch for out number 1. P3 in the book to record the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up Hayden Grooms, the number 5 hitter in the Georgetown lineup. Grooms 2 for 2 on the night. 2 singles, a run scored, hit by a pitch in the third. Steps in here with runners at second and third, 1 out. 13-0 lead for Georgetown. Sandrea comes set, the first pitch to Grooms. Misses outside for ball 1. 1-0 the count to the senior third baseman, Hayden Grooms. The 1-0 pitch down in the dirt. Nice block there by Dorvigny Mesa. 2-0 the count to Grooms. On deck, number 9, Colton Crutchfield, set to pinch hit. The 1-0 pitch, up and in. 2-0 pitch, now it's 3-0. Looked up at the scoreboard, it was behind 1. 3 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Runners on second and third here in the top of the 5th. 4 runs across. 13-0 lead for Georgetown. The 3-0 pitch to Grooms. Take it all the way and takes that one for a called strike. 3-1 the count now. The 3-1 pitch down in the dirt for ball 4. So another walk issued by Cougar pitching. That'll bring up Colton Crutchfield, pinch hitting here in the number 6 slot for Cooper Thomas. Thought that trailer came off the hitch.
James Howell.
Number 9, Colton Crutchfield steps in for the Eagles, pinch hitting here. Crutchfield in from the right side. Sandrea comes set in the stretch. Bases loaded for the Eagles, 1 out. First pitch to Colton Crutchfield is in there for a called strike, 0-1. The 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2, 0-2 the count. On deck, Brayton Curtin, who started off the inning for Georgetown with the first pitch single right up the middle. The 0-2 pitch down to the turf, gets past Dorvigny Mesa. That'll score Tillman Brown from third base on the wild pitch. Runners move up, Braden Rogers to third. Hayden Grooms to second. $14-0 now your score. That run charged to Polgar. That's the last run charged to him. Step out, reset. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count to Colton Crutchfield. 1 out, runners on second and third here in the top of the 5th inning. The 1-2 pitch. That one stays high, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the top of the 5th. The 2-2 pitch. Crutchfield fouls it off back to the backstop. Stays alive in the at-bat. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out. Braden Rogers, the runner, down at third. Hayden Grooms down at second base. 1 out here in the inning. The 2-2 pitch to Crutchfield. Fly ball in the infield. It looks like this one will curl back out of play. Onto the berm. And Crutchfield stays alive in the at-bat. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Chatter in the dugout has died off tonight from Georgetown. The 14-0 lead here in the top of the 5th. 4 in the 2nd, 5 in the 4th, 5 here in the 5th. 1 out and 2 runners on. The 2-2 pitch to Crutchfield. Ball sent out into right center field. High fly ball. Center fielder over, the right fielder over. Scholes will call him off and take the catch. That'll be a sac fly that scores the runner from third as Rogers trots in. Oh, a nice piece of hitting there by Crutchfield. F9 in the book to record the second out on that sacrifice fly. Rogers trots in for the 15th run of the ball game. Grooms moves up to third on the fly ball. And in steps Braden Curtin for the second time in the inning. 2 outs and a runner at third. Takes this one for a called strike on the top half of the zone. Curtin 2 for 3 on the night. 3 runs scored. The 0-1 pitch to Curtin. Line drive hit over the left fielder's head. It's got to bounce 2 times into the fence. Curtin around first. He'll hold up at second base. An RBI double for Braden Curtin. Nice piece of hitting there. Barones turned and ran quickly to hop off the left field wall for another double for Braden Curtin. Second RBI of the night as he scores Grooms for the second time. 16-0 your score. Number 17, Justin Soto, set the pinch hit here for Tate Ritchie in the number 8 slot. Ritchie, to this point in the ball game, 3 for 3 on the night. First pitch to Soto, sells high for ball 1. Justin back in from the right side, the 1-0 pitch. That one goes low for ball 2. 2-0 the count to Justin Soto. Number 17, pinch hitting here in the 8-hole. Luke Holly on deck. The 9-hole hitter tonight for the Eagles. The 2-0 pitch to Soto. Sails high and inside for ball 3. Curtin on base, down at second base. 2 outs here in the inning. 7 runs across for Georgetown, a 16-0 lead. Sandrea comes set. The 3-0 pitch. And that one called there, strike 1. Soto taken there on the 3-0 count. The 3-1 pitch down in the dirt. Whitney Mesa gets it blocked. But that'll send Soto down to first on the walk. And that'll bring up Luke Holly. Holly 1 for 1 in the ball game. He's tripled, an RBI triple in the second, and he back-to-back walks. 3 runs scored on the night for Luke as he steps in here in the top of the 5th. His second plate appearance in the inning. Walked and scored a run earlier in this inning. Steps back in with 2 outs and runners on first and second. Holly will take this one outside off the glove of Dorvigny Mesa. And Curtin and Soto will move up on the pass ball. Holly back in there. No balls, or 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 pitch. Sails high for ball 2. 2-0 the count. To your senior center fielder, Luke Holly on deck. Number 7, Chad Kiki. Sandrea comes set in the stretch. The 2-0 pitch. Misses low, ball 3. 3-0 the count now. To Luke Holly. The 3-0 pitch in there for a called strike. 3-1 the count. Luke taking on the 3-0 count there. The 3-1 pitch to Holly on the outside corner for called strike 2. think Luke reached down to take off the protection on his left ankle. Got the strike call. Full count now with 2 outs. Runners on second and third. The payoff pitch to Holly. Misses low, ball 4. So Luke walks for the 3rd time in the ball game. And that'll take us back to the top of the lineup, and Jack Kiki will step in. Jack 2 for 2 in the ball game. He's reached base in all 4 plate appearances, and now another timeout here by head coach Corey Colhane. We'll take it with him. Georgetown baseball will continue in just a minute. Visit is over. Sandrea stays on the mound, and Jack Kiki steps in from the right side with bases loaded and 2 outs. First pitch is up and in for ball 1. 1-0 the count to Jack Kiki, the junior shortstop. Steps in for his 5th plate appearance of the night. 1-0 pitch down low for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes. Base is full of Eagle runners. The 2-0 pitch in there for a called strike. I think they distracted Jack with the music. Impromptu music from the PA system. 2-1 to count now to the shortstop, Jack Kiki. Sandrea comes set, the 2-1 pitch. Kiki sends it left center field. Barones to his left. He'll settle under it. Off his glove. It's down on the ground on the error. That'll score 1 from third as Curtin cruises in. And he's followed by Justin Soto. 2 runs come in on the error by the left fielder, Barones. So Kiki into second, Holly into third. On the E7. That scores 2 more runs. That'll bring up Connor Young. Connor steps in from the left side. Runners on second and third. Holly at third, Kiki at second. The first pitch to Young, up and away, ball 1. Fourteenth hitter of the inning for Georgetown. The 1-0 pitch. Inside corner, called strike 1, 1-1. That was a 1-0 pitch, not an 0-1 pitch. Called a strike, makes it 1-1. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. 9 runs across for Georgetown. The 1-1 pitch to Connor Young. Misses low and inside, ball 2. 2-1 the count now. Sandrea, third pitcher of the night for the Cougars, comes set in the stretch. The 2-1 pitch to Connor Young. Inside corner, called strike 2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs for the catcher in the 2 position tonight. Hitting second in the lineup. Any more 2s out there? Ground ball hit out to second base. Camareno Aguilera up with it, throws the first in time to retire the side. 4-3 on the putout to retire Connor Young and the Eagles. But not before Georgetown picks up 9 more runs and makes it an 18-run lead going into the bottom of the 5th. If they can hold the Cougars short of 9 runs, the ball game will be over. Quick timeout. Eagle baseball will continue in just a moment. And we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. David Fluid on for his 5th inning of work. He'll face off against the 5, 6, 7 hitters in the lineup. Josue Gomez Hernandez steps in. He's 0 for 1 in the ball game, grounded out to shortstop. Back in the 2nd inning. Fluid from the windup. The first pitch to Josue. Swing and a miss, strike 1. And this is not Josue. This is a pinch hitter. You have to look at my lineup card. Number 13 in to hit for the Cougars. So 1 pitch misses for ball 1. Number 13, Luis Escobedo Ramirez. Steps in here in a pinch hitting role. Pitch from Fluid. This is low and inside. Try to get caught up on what the count is now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Escobedo Romero. 2-2 pitch misses, makes it full. 3-2. The count to the pinch hitter here, Luis Escobedo Romero. The 3-2 pitch. Fouled off back behind home plate. Stays alive in the at-bat. 3 balls, 2 strikes. On deck will be another pinch hitter. On deck pinch hitting will be Connor No. Fluid walks him. So Escobedo Romero comes in. Becomes just the second batter to reach base on the night for the Connally Cougars. Just the second walk allowed by Fluid. And in steps number 4, Connor No. Spelled N-G-O. Pronounced No. Steps in here. Swing and a miss on the first pitch for strike 1. 0-1 to count. On deck, another pinch hitter will be Josue Vialte Vaca for the Cougars. The 0-1 pitch stays up and away for ball 1. 1-1 to count now. No back in from the right side. Fluid from the stretch. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Fluid comes set. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. That'll be the 8th strikeout of the ball game for Fluid. First out of the inning. And that'll bring up number 8, Josue Vialte Vaca. .59 pitches thrown so far by Fluid. Here into the 5th inning with 1 out and a runner at first. First pitch to Josue Vaca is outside for a ball. 1-0 the count. A 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Evens up the count at 1-1 now. Fluid stays in the stretch with the runner on first. The 1-1 pitch. Outside corner, called strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch. Stays high, ball 2. 2-2 the count now. Barones on deck for the Cougars. 1 out, the 1-2 pitch. Or 2-2 pitch in there for a called strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts, the ninth strikeout of the night for Fluid. In steps number 6, Jaden Barones, the left fielder. And a sack bunt back in the 3rd inning. Steps in here with 2 outs and a runner at first. First pitch is in there for a called strike. 0-1 the count to Barones, the number 8 hitter in the Cougar lineup. Fluid comes set in the stretch. The 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Fluid comes set. He'll step off on a time called by Barones at home plate. Fluid a pitch away from a no-hitter. The 0-2 pitch just misses for ball one. I may have cursed it. I didn't mean to say that. I'm sorry. Barones back in. Fluid comes set.
Call for concessions. Thank you.
1-2 pitch on the outside corner, called strike three. And Fluid ends the ball game with his 10th strikeout of the night. Strikes out the side after giving up the leadoff walk. And the Eagles win it 18-0 over the Connally Cougars. Georgetown advances to 2-0 in district play. The Cougars fall to 0-2. The Eagles will be back in action tomorrow at 1 o'clock at Marble Falls to take on the Mustangs. Join us out in Marble Falls for a 1 p.m. first pitch. If you can't be there, join us live on the SHN Sports Network. We'll have the call of the game, 12:45 pregame, 1 o'clock first pitch, as Georgetown does a battle on the road on a Saturday against the Marble Falls Mustangs. 68 pitches thrown by Fluid tonight in 5 innings. Strikes out 10, walks 2 in a no-hit performance through 5 against the Connally Cougars. So back-to-back pitching performances you got to love here. If you're Coach Vieira and the pitching staff with Coach Payne and Coach Durrell, back-to-back nights with double-digit strikeouts, 2 hits allowed in 2 games, and both pitchers going the distance in the 5-inning contest, winning it by run rule in both nights. Georgetown improves to 5-6-1 overall, but more importantly improves to 2-0 in district play. Thanks for joining us tonight live here at Connally High School. The Eagles win it 18-0 over the Connally Cougars. Back in action tomorrow and then next week. Back home on Tuesday night to take on the Eastview Patriots. Come join us live at Eagle Field at 7 p.m. A battle of crosstown rivals before going on the road Thursday night at Patriot Park in Game 2 of that series. Eagles victorious tonight 18-0 over the Connally Cougars, 2-0 in district, before heading to Marble Falls tomorrow to play the Mustangs. Thanks for joining us live here from Connally High School. I'm Wally Hartman alongside my cohort, my helper tonight, Simeon Hartman. Thanks for joining us. Have a good weekend. And remember, it doesn't cost you a dime to be kind.